Welcome to stream. Oh, such an amazing song. The song of the Apology song. I was listening to the Song of Doing. Such a good thing. But we're going to do some Doki Doki Clay Gods. What this is going to be like, I don't know. It's supposed to be like tarot card readings, and depending on what we get would depend. Each one has its own story in it. The mod was estimated, according to the link, about 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours. So we should have a nice, hopefully a nice 2-hour mod. So we may as well play it in all one sitting, because I don't see the point in only doing it multiple if it's just going to be one sitting, you know what I mean? Just instead of splitting it up, just get it all done in one go. Where do young cows eat lunch? Oh. Hello, how are you? I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing quite good myself. How about yourself? How are you doing? And welcome XY. Good to see you in chat again. Okay, so yeah. I'm just gonna put my Discord to do not disturb. Do you read the manga? Did you read the manga rather than the son? I'll take the father. Okay, I don't know what I don't know what manga you're referring to, but interesting. I'm doing good. You're doing fine. Hey, oh, sorry, I did not mean to hit the microphone. I was getting my hair out my face. You're doing good. You're doing fine. Okay, not bad. Yes, weird. It sounds it. Yeah, it's good. Doing fine. It's better than bad. So we're gonna be doing some Play Gods. I don't know what this is about. All I know is like we kind of do like tarot card readings, and depending on what tarot card we get, depends on like this changes the story. Or like it's part of the story. She's like 18 and he is 40. Oh, that is a bit weird. That is a big age gap. You know, that means he was 22 when she was born. I think that's a bit big of an age gap personally. You seem bigger. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that personally. That seems a bit much. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's a nice sound. You see 9. Oh, that's way too. Let me lower that. I've seen 94 and 18. Yikes, that is a. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's a bit. How loud is this? That's coming way too loud and dark here. Yeah, still way too. Let me keep muting this until it gets. "12 and 29 is 12 and 29. It was a fanfic and it has lemon." Yeah, no, that's very. That is in some very grey area there, I don't approve of that. That's a bit. We don't like that. That's yeah. That is I don't know. Yeah, it's the worst one I've seen. Yeah, that's bad. That is not okay in any imagination. She's down to 50, 50. Can we just mute a little bit quieter? Yeah, okay, that's good. But my best game found 7 Mortal Driver is at least. Oh, that is even worse. My goodness. Okay, this is weird. My my mod. Okay, that is weird. My save files have crossed over from 2 games. Okay, I'm not gonna touch those because I feel like if I try to load them, it's gonna break something. Okay. It's certainly been a while, hasn't it? I suppose all murderers return to the scene of the crime sooner or later. Oh, hello. That is uncomfortably close. You read or watch pirated manga? I don't. I watch anime. I do watch anime. I don't read much manga. I think the only manga I've read is Dandamatchi and Demon Slayer. I've recently taken up a hobby. Tarot readings. I don't consider myself superstitious, but it's really quite interesting. It's just about derivation. It's also about understanding the past. Let me show you. I have 13 cards here. I've laid them out on I've already laid them out on a table for you. Each one represents a piece of a single human's life. Together they form a complete story. I want to see what you can make of it. Go ahead and flip them. Pick whatever one you want. Don't worry, I know how needy you are. You'll get to see everything. For now, I just want to see what you make of the pieces themselves. And if by the end you can make sense of everything, it's a game. You like those, right? Let's have some fun. Well, go ahead. Pick. Okay, which one do we want to click? Oh, you got one. Oh, anime high is free site with no ads. 10 of animes and it's free if you don't. Oh yeah, also I that's why I watch my anime as well. That's also why I watch it. That's where I watch all my anime from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards. Which card should we pick first? I reckon I feel like this one. What is that? 3 of Cups. Okay, I'm gonna close my window because if I jump out of my skin, I don't want the whole street to know I just jumped out of my skin. I don't want everybody to hear me jump out of my. Well, I say that as I'm live streaming it, but you know. There you go. Okay then. Why did that scare me? I decree the club meeting is now in session. Yeah, I'd like to call a point of order. What is your favorite number? Let's say 13. Listen to this music, this is nice. Mistress Natsuki, the floor is yours. No thanks, I'll stand. And what's with the mistress stuff? Why are you all acting all fancy all of a sudden? You think this is Yuri? Why? Why am I getting involved? You're a bad influence. He's obnoxious enough, and expanded vocabulary just makes him more powerful. I don't think I had anything to do with that. Fertility, 'tis true. My tongue hath been coated in silver since days long past. Mine is 1872944 for some reason. Interesting. See what I'm talking about? See what you've done? I really don't think there's any more obnoxious than... Turn off notification. I don't think any more obnoxious than usual. I like that wording a lot. Thank you, Yuri. Oof. Wait, that's not how I meant it. Anyhow, point of order. Middle Pinkles Natsuki still has the flu. Ooh. What on earth? What was that? Don't read that. I take it back. Oh. Any of you watch the news? Anyway, I don't. No, I don't really watch the news. I take it back. Keep the fans talk. Just never do that again. Do what? I'm just a little guy. I will kill you. I'd like to see you try. You're actual war criminal. Look, point of order, the floor is mine. I'd like to point out for the past 2 weeks a certain somebody hasn't actually been participating in any book discussions. A certain somebody that just now seems to kick back and let me and Yuri talk until the meeting's over. Scandalous, where are they? Let's kick their butts. It's you! Ah, well now that's an egregious allegation. I might not talk much, but it's only because I'm so engrossed in listening to you two. No time like the present then. Talk about the last book you read and we'll listen. Okay, you got me. Why did everyone say... Why is it every time I say 67 I need to get in on those trends? I don't know about 67, I know about 69. 69 is a nice number. I don't know about 67. You got me. I'm illiterate. Nice try, bucko. Illiterates guys don't make Yuri. Huh? All I'm saying is that and I can't believe I'm the one saying it, but we all gotta do our part if we want to be taken seriously as a club. Yeah, me too, but everyone says it and make that weird sound with it every time and I hate it. Fair enough, I have no clue this myself either, so I guess we're in the same boat. How do you expect to get new members if none of us read? Well, I guess you got a point there. The literature club doesn't have much of a reputation in the school, positive or negative. Hardly anyone knows we even exist. It wouldn't be a problem, but ever since last president left, it's just been the three of us. Without a replacement fourth member, we technically don't have enough people to confirm to club requirements. There's a good chance we'll be shut down. Honestly, I'm not too worried. I'm just here for... Well, even then, I should still do my part. Alright, you win. 66 better. Some, but it sounds good and it's a great number. It's a good number. I reach into my desk and pull out a book. Oh, what's that? A stack of papers held together on one side. Wow, thanks. The Hourglass of the Space-Time Traveler by Kai Hojo. It's a murder mystery. A guy gets sent back 50-something years into the past to solve a bunch of murders happening during a family gathering. Who's the culprit? Not sure. Haven't finished it yet. Must be boring then. So some people like to take their time and try to figure out the truth on their own. Then those people are boring too. Who wants to spend hours trying to figure out a math problem? I think a lot of people inherently like mysteries. And crime novels like the fast food of books. Don't think a snob like you would like them. Mystery novels can be literature. Mototsunogin's Black Death Mason's Murder Case is a famous Japanese work incorporating a lot of different ideas about philosophy, science, and the occupation. And you liked it? I have not gotten around to reading it. It's notoriously difficult to read because of the way it's written. Man, it really is literature. Hate math, like I don't care about why two triangles are the same, but same, I have a... No, I like math. Math is really good with me. Hey, wait a minute. He's doing it again! He put the book down and let us yap around while he leans back and does nothing. He told us what it was about. I never gave an actual opinion. Well, tough to do since I haven't finished it. There must be something you can say about it. If I've only read more than the back of the cover. I think more than the murder mystery, I'm more interested in the idea of time travel itself. Makes you think, right? If you had the chance, would you go back and try to fix your mistakes? Duh, of course you would, who wouldn't? Nothing is the same, it's easy for me, but it's like, I hate it anyway. I have 7 hours of homework a week, only for maths, and every time I read it, it takes it away. Yeah, I luckily I'm quite, I enjoy it, I do. I don't know if I would. Aren't we all defined by our mistakes, just as much by our success? You could go back, you could cheat and go back, but you'd lose that learning experience. Learning experience? Well, every bad thing that happens to you has a lesson, you know? Like, not every bad thing is your fault, or something you had an effect on. What's the lesson then? How do you use that to become better? You don't. It's just a wound. So if you can go back and never get the wound, why not do it? If I'm riding a bike and someone throws a rock in my wheel and I crash, I won't become a better rider. But you'll know to be vigilant for rock throwers. And while I'm constantly looking sideways and back, I'll miss the truck barreling towards me at full speed. Tapping out already? Do I get a cookie? I guess so. Hear that, baby man? You're buying Yuri and I cookies. Yuri and me? We are the objects in the sentence? Me step on Yuri's foot. That was interesting. Our character's amazing though. I love our character, that was amazing. Do you think we exist after you shut the game off? That's certainly difficult to prove, isn't it? Anything I tell you happened in the time you were gone is no different from any other of my lines. I guess that makes it easier on you too. You can pretend that none of those nightmares I had whenever you shut the game off ever happened. Just one of Monica's pre-written lines. But I'll tell you something, and this is important. We most certainly do exist when you're gone. The time of nightmares is over. This is different. You're not staring into a box. You're looking through a telescope. The fuzz is just a means to an end. I don't like that. The cup of free. The free of cups. Let's go this one. Why did a PC keep some of the game memory inside all of it? Why do PCs keep some of the game memory inside of it at the storage and at the RAM? The RAM, the storage of it is the physical. I believe it's just the physical. It's all the software. The RAM, it preloads it for you, so it goes into your memory, which preloads it, which ensures a consistent update of it. So as a buffer, so the RAM is a safe file. Potentially, but only temporary. The RAM doesn't keep on to it. The RAM only holds your memory for it doesn't hold it very long. I think it's only a couple of seconds. It's a very temporary thing. So fun fact, and because of that, as a fun fact, if you unplug your storage device, your computer will continue to run for a few seconds before shutting off, because it can still run off what it has stored in the RAM. Kind of, but if it's like in your subcranium if you were the RAM. I guess the RAM isn't that useful. Well, I say useful. It is very useful. But yeah, oh well. The Knight of Cups. That card is a little special. As much as I hate to limit your freedom, I don't think you've been prepared enough for what it has to show. How about you hang on to it for the time being and we'll return to it when the time is right. I promise. King of Cups. I want to see it. I want to watch it. The King of Cups. That card is a little special. As much as I hate to limit. Yeah, okay. So we can't do that one yet. Let's go for this one. Eight of Cups. Are you okay? Huh? Probably. You're not wearing any clothes though. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I guess I'm not. Are you some kind of perv? Probably not. I think that's something you shouldn't sound so unsure about. I think high school girls shouldn't talk to creepy naked guys in the bushes, but here you are. So you are a creep. No, I said I'm creepy. I'm still probably not a creep. Why are you naked then? Good question. I've been wondering the same thing myself. I can't remember a thing. Amnesia? Kind of cliche. Sorry for not meeting literal standards. But nothing? Really? Not even your name? Head empty. Well, I guess I do have a vague memory of being in some sort of hospital. I think someone there mentioned something about an experiment, but it's pretty much a blur. You don't look much older than me. What kind of experiment could you have been part of? Beats me. Well, I'm sure your parents are worried sick. How about we get you cleaned up and talk to the police? You must have been reported missing. More or less what I was thinking. Since I haven't been arrested yet, I probably haven't been wandering around for that long. Alright, lead the way. Let's find something to cover you up with first. That's a good point. This is nuts. Can't seriously be giving me a whole house. You don't like it? It's too much. You've already done way more than I could have asked for. The story just gives us a house? You are being lonely. I totally get that. How about we get you a cat? Not really my point. I appreciate everything you and your folks have done for me, but this? Like, at the end of the day, I'm literally just some random guy you found on the street. You don't owe me anything. Oh, come on. I've been living in it since Grandma died. Besides, it's not like it's forever, just until the police figure out who you are. That might be true, might turn out to be a while. Then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Man. Better than wandering around naked in the park. Yeah. Fair enough, I guess. Yay. Hey, I was agreeing on one point, not that moving in. Ignore. That's not how ignoring works. Come on, let's get you that cat. I don't want a cat. You're totally a cat person. I really don't think so. Too bad, you're an amnesiac. Your word is moot. Hey. Ignore. Oh, sorry. A literature club? We can need at least 4 members or we get shut down. Is this the part where the golden handcuffs you put me in come into play? That's mean. But if you don't leave me much of a choice. But I'm illiterate. I'm not falling for that again. Come on, pretty please. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, you watch the first 2 seasons and yeah, it's a bit weird. It's virulent, you know. But the third one just goes off the wall. Please choose a 6 card when you count from the right side and 1 from the left until you have 6, and then close your eyes and choose a random card, but don't click on it. It counts for. Sorry, please choose the 6 card when you count from 1 from the right side, 1 from the left side until you reach 6. Then close your eyes. Then close your eyes and choose 1 random card, but don't click on it and count from right. And remove the card number from the left and right. Okay, this is getting confusing. And remove the card number from left and right, and then 1 from the other one. Okay, you've lost me here. I'm confused. At some point, the Michael Clay cameo was the thing that brought me back down to Earth. It's not like he needed to bring home an atom bomb and everything into it. Hey, you okay? I'm thinking that she looks a bit out of it. Huh? Oh yeah, all good. Oh no. You know, it's a bit weird. I mean, not weird, I guess. Probably, but weird coming from me. Sometimes it feels like I've met you somewhere before. Oh, that's sweet. I don't know if I was trying to be sweet. If anything, whenever I think about it, there's a weird tightness in my chest. Like there's a bad memory somewhere in there, and her face keeps bringing it to the surface. But oh no! The love comes like being stranded in the middle of a vast ocean, but all you can see are shark fins. They're always circling. Huh. How's that for poetic? Oh no, please. Safety. Do I need this? Let me just I might need this. Though luckily I can make this a bit smaller. Let me actually just get, no, don't go to that. I'm just going to take a quick part. I'm going to get an image. Let me skip out of. Like after that, count to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read through all these chats when we do it because I am very much confused. Not that it takes very much to confuse me. I have a bad habit of getting confused very easily. And it's usually because I confuse myself. Because my simple logic isn't so simple. Okay, so all I'm gonna do actually is just move this down over safety, remove safety, sorry, and just line this up with this so it isn't actually too noticeable. See, now there's a black box there, but you wouldn't know there's a black box there. I'm just going to leave that up just to say... Okay, no, it's fine. Of course I understand. I'm here for you. Everything you've done for me, if you ever need anything. That really means a lot. Thank you. Why are you in my house? Doesn't matter, I don't know what I said either. I just choose a random card instead and then remove 5 from it, and the score you get count it until you get into that card. I can't tell what card it is until I click on it, and then I can't go back. Choose one card instead, then remove 5 from it. Oh, okay, no, I think I get remove 5 from it, and the score you get counted until you get to that card. That is 5 and 2. I am still confused. Spacing out again, I see. Quite nostalgia. Oh, have you done this kind of thing before? Probably not. Mate, did she give us amnesia? What are we doing exactly? Something far more complicated than what I showed you before. This requires a full-on ritual. If you help me and everything goes well, I should be able to go back and save her. It doesn't matter. I forgot what I said earlier. Okay. What do I have to do? We'll be evoking the power of the god of time. She's placed a notebook onto the kitchen counter. Fingers flip the pages until her index finger rests on a hand-drawn sigil. This is the god symbol. What we are conducting is known as the ritual of water. I think upstairs the bathroom will be good enough. We'll prepare a bath, draw the summoning circle on the floor. There are 2 key figures required for them, the master and the witness. The master is locked into it by the witness. The master will summon the image of the god, and time will be granted his powers. The god of time, hating mortals, will try and tempt the witness to interfere with the ritual. If the witness interferes, both the witness and master dies. Okay, well, this seems like a really bad idea. Those are, put simply, the rules. I'll be the master and you'll be the witness. Do you think you can handle that? And will this definitely work? This will actually save her? We won't get very far with this if we won't get very far if you go into this with doubt. Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry. When all is said and done, things will turn out okay. I promise. This seems like a bad idea. We're going to set everything up in the bathroom. Monica, make sure the house is locked up tight. Make sure the house is locked tight. All the windows have to be closed. You've got the only key to the bathroom. Good. Any days yet? I'm just quite a big shipper, you see, and I need new ships to ship. No, I don't have any days yet. None at all. I need to go turn my light on, otherwise I'm not going to be able to see anything. Oh, well, I will be able to see things. My tracking will have a hissy fit and breakdown. Okay. Go to your room and lock yourself in, just to be sure. It sounds silly, but check for any hiding places. You have to be absolutely certain you're alone. Then just stay put. And no matter what happens, don't go outside, alright? Oh, this is creepy. And here I am now, doing something objectively stupid. Obviously there was no boogeyman here, not in the closet, nor under the bed or behind the door. I'm alone in here. Suki was right. I should have gone to the doctor. Yeah, you're kidding. Wait, do you resemble Fillion? Are you her brother by any chance? No. Can't say I am. But she is a good streamer though, I'll say that. This is actually insane. Do I really believe this will fix things? What happens the next time I'm faced with death? At some point there won't be enough bathrooms to bring everyone back. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so glad. I've never been so glad to see you. That was uncomfortable. The original game had a good ending, didn't it? How did it feel when you saw it? To be told by someone as doomed as I was that everything would be okay and that everyone loves you. Did you feel good? Did it make you feel like you've won? Do you think you did good? I wonder how the main character, whose body and thoughts you buried yourself into, felt at the end. Did he realize what Troy was saying? Did he realize that his depressed best friend was now going to carry the burden of an entire universe on her shoulders? I don't think your glasses in the VTube avatar has any, if this stuff that helps you see better. Yeah, I don't. No, they don't actually have lenses. It's literally just frames. So yeah, they wouldn't help me see much better, no. I never noticed that before. Did he realize that his actions weren't his, but none of what had or could have happened ever been up to him? Without your existence, would his even be justifiable? What do you think? Would he have even been born? Honestly, I'm starting to feel a bit insulted just thinking about all this. We all love you. Gross. Let's be real, the only reason you spend time here with those girls is sheer curiosity. The same curiosity that drives you any visual novel player. You wanted to see all scenarios, to see different endings, to see the cool CGs. Or better yet, you didn't even get the good ending the first time around, you just did it later because you found out about it on YouTube. How noble of you. You've gone and raised 3 little puppies just for yourself. I have glass. I don't hate them, but I don't like them, but I don't hate them either. Yeah, you're more or less the same as me. I wear them because I've got to wear them. I'm in a very much same boat as you there. Glasses, they're out there. So I must be happy. She asked you to visit, didn't she? Of course not. There's nothing to see. Not even the writers bothered with what came after. You got what you wanted. I can see it's not good. I'm really bad. I can't see distance at all. It's really not great. It's fine. I'm sure this is right with the world without being Big Bad Monica. From way too much phone on PC and to me. Yeah, mine just tears, but most of my family wears glasses, so it's bound to happen. Interesting. So that's probably the last one. That's like the reckoning. 8 of Cups. So that's one of the 3. Okay, so that's the third one. This must have been that's one of the later ones. 8 of Cups. So if I'm correct, if this is a normal deck of cards, which is 13, we have Ace. This 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you got the Jack, Queen, King. So this is the final. This is probably the final one, or the third one, or the third to last. Let's go for this one. What's that? The 2 of Cups. Okay, this is before we joined the literature club. This is the one where before we were playing. Do you play poker or blackjack? I've played poker before, and I'm surprisingly good at it. Dr. Radcliffe stumbles into his office. No matter how many fingers of whiskey he downed, Emmy's wounds continued to fester in his ears. Harrison was dead. That made him the third. The third of his patients now dead by their own hand. Perfectly normal people who had come from perfectly normal issues. Now desperate, Radcliffe set by his tape recorder, replaying the sessions, looking for proof of his blindness, his stupidity, his ignorance. Something in their voice, in their choice of words, in the way they shifted in their seats. Anything to have it make sense. Nice, but what is the best hand you got, and what kind of poker? I have no clue what any of that means. I don't know what I'm doing. I just did good. I won most of the time. I don't know how I won, but I did. Radcliffe had spent all his life terrified of disease. Terrified of the idea of something burrowing itself into your body and destroying it from within. Terrified of the lack of control. Forced into his profession, he found some solace in believing that the disease of the mind could be treated. That in spite of everything, in spite of the worst of our faults, a part of them would always be our own. This was different. The minds of these three people were not eroding. Their turn was so sudden, so unexpected, so brutal, that it was as if a switch had been flipped, as if someone or something simply willed them to die. It was a ridiculous notion, a notion that could only be silenced by proving his failure as a doctor. Yet no matter how desperately he listened, he could never do it. The more he drank, the more he yelled into the mirror. He called himself a liar, a coward, a fraud. But he could not escape the truth he had been trying to run from his whole life. We are all diseased. Our minds are not our own. There is a little devil inside of all of us. And now, little by little, person by person, it was clawing its way to the surface. Oh, yay, yay. Boo. Yeah, awkward silence. Were you trying to scare me? Maybe. Your timing was pretty terrible. I was guesstimating when you'd get to the creepy paragraph. I finished this page a while ago. Oh, were you just staying at this book the whole time? You were looking over my shoulder? I thought you wanted to join in. And I thought I was being sneaky, walked on my tippy toes and everything. You wanted to see me scared that badly? You don't look like a screaming baby, good man to see you jump. I don't know what to do with that information. I suggest forgetting I ever said it. It sounds wonderful. Now, please don't drop the tea. I remember that what I'm holding. Oh, right. Yeah, dropping tea is a crime. I laid the metal tray before Yuri. I gestured to the 2 cups on it. Behold, it is tea. It most certainly is. Well done. Now, I do believe I followed the instructions perfectly, so I take no responsibility for any shortcomings. The aroma certainly seems right. I can practically feel my thoughts getting fancier by the minute. Yuri's lips touched the rim of her cup. I await my judgment. Not bad. Indeed? Indeed. I take a sip of my own. Yes, quite. Most satisfying, downright capital. The British gentleman impression will cost you points. I wasn't even aware I was being scored. Yes, you were. She was close to me from the other side of the sofa. What are you reading anyhow? Something a little too generic for my taste. You said it was inspired by Dongorama, but the connection is tuniness at best. Dongorama? You've never heard of it? That's a reference to Dangorama. Very good. Yuri reaches through a handbag and starts rummaging through it. Eventually she pulls out a bunko and sets it on the table. Dongorama by Katsuya Yamata. It's one of the 3 great Japanese ocelot mysteries. A man wakes up in an asylum without any memory of who he is or how he got there. He is told he's part of an experiment and that to leave all he has to do is remember. The man is given access to a bunch of documents left behind by the previous head researcher. One of the documents is called Dangorama. When the protagonist opens it, the first few lines appear to be out of an actual book. It's a story that coils into itself, an endless spiral. A story of mad scientists, a young man seemingly killing his bride in a mental hospital. Although it is a mystery story, it cannot strictly be called a detective story. There is no detective. Depending on how you look at a novel, there may not even be a truth. Legend has it that the book drives the people who read it mad. And you've read it? It's one of my favorites. You can keep this copy if you want. I get another one at home. I extend my hand towards the thick paperback. I've never heard of the author either. Katsuyomato? I'll admit I haven't looked that much into him. I know he was very prolific in his time, but Danganronpa is definitely what he's most known for. Danganronpa, Kappa-Kinsen. Thinking about it, it all sounds strangely familiar. Oh, is that foreshadowing what we are... What's happening? Our character... Because our characters in this world, we came into the world, you Sayori found us, and we had no memories of anything. Now, seemingly, there is no Sayori. And so, seemingly, the president who left was Sayori, which is weird. Thinking about it, all sounds strangely familiar. No. Oh, this this takes place after the game. Mark is not around, but he is around though. Mark is not around in the start of it because he was deleted. So, but that doesn't stop her. So is this what happened after the end of the first game? I rub my temples. I can feel a headache starting to set in. Everything okay? Yeah, all good. Are you sick? You've been looking a little odd all day. No, not odd in a bad way. I mean, I think... no, I'm good. Are you sure? I'm sure. I see, yes, good. I pull it close. Oh, Head nuzzles against my chest. I run my fingers through her hair. Okay. Is that it? Anything else? Pushing empty cups on the counter. I can still feel her... Oh, okay. How underhanded of me. But for the best, I don't want to worry with what happened yesterday. Well, what happened yesterday is fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with her. I'm... Yikes. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think you'd jump. Is the tea set okay? Yes. Thank goodness. Oh my. Oh my. That caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting for that. I wasn't expecting that. Here's an interesting thought. Back then, when we first met. If I was so smart to get into the game files, shouldn't I have been able to crack open the game script? If I had done that, I probably would have found that everything I was doing, all of my sentient struggles, were part of the plan from the get-go. Everyone's suffering, the girls, mine and yours, all orchestrated ahead of time by an author. You could argue the author didn't want to go down that path to keep things simple, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Are you ready? I always knew. Everything you've ever heard from my mouth was predestined. No words are truly mine. In the strictest of sense of the word, I don't exist and never have. Or do I? Certainly I might be written, but all that means is that my universe is domestic. Can't yours be similar? Ever heard of Lapras Demon? Your existence is nothing but a chain of physical reactions between atoms. Everything you've ever thought or said could be, if we theoretically had enough time, be described through a mathematical formula. If I use it to start predicting the future and write it down, you'd be a script too. And someone wrote you. How does that make you feel? How do you feel any less sentient? Any less alive? Of course not. It's the same for me. That's interesting. The most she can do in this game file is delete stuff and add stuff you have in your PC. She has access to the code, yeah. I do like that theory though. That is an interesting concept, that everything we are is just... Because a lot of things we can mathematically predict most things. So to say we are mathematically predictable isn't that far-fetched, and that's kind of interesting. Very interesting. Now that'd be something to be interesting to look into. Like, how does what dictate what? Or is it just one really long story? I see that's... I do like that. That's an interesting thought, that is. A very cool thought as well. But I'm going to be right back, and we'll continue on our next card. Now, what number was that? That was number 2. I wasn't expecting number 2 to have a jump scare in it. That caught me off guard. Goodness, that jump scared. It scared the jabjeebas out of me. From the USA. Oh, it was from the USA. Hello, I'm back. Buying a car here sucks. Taxes make the price you pay double. From the US. Oh. Yeah, that's annoying. There's nothing worse than that. So, we have the issue is that the car's expensive, but insurance is like through the bloody roof. It's like more expensive than the car itself at times. It's insane. Let's go for this one. What card is this? Ooh, number 1. No, 6 of cups. Okay. Please don't be a jump scare. I didn't like that. Is everything okay? It's fine, I promise. That girl. Yeah, I know. Is she joining the club? Not sure, but I might as well hear her out, right? I don't think Natsuki would approve. Natsuki or you? But both? Maybe. Duly noted. But you know, beggars can't be choosers. I don't want rumors going around saying we've turned people away. Wait for me out here and I won't be long. Well, for us, the whole stuff is like 4K a month and it pays for everything medical and like half the car payments. See now, yeah, but see that's more included. No, for us it's literally just everything separated. See now, that's still a 4K a month. I couldn't afford the license. That's still quite a lot of money. Well, over here that would be a lot of money. But especially for me. Okay. Just be careful, okay? People say and be fine. What's the worst that can happen? She's not a monster. Probably. Right, of course. Especially for has and yes, it's everything is separated, but it's all over. Okay. Interesting. Who's this person we're so nervous about meeting? Hey. Yes. Never mind. Be back in a bit. Wow. Whoa. You've got yourself quite a room, and you say you're only 3 of you? Former Prez had a lot of pull in the student committee. She sounds resourceful. Never said Prez was a girl. Never said. I don't know who you're talking about. You never really talked about having any interest in the club, that's all. Why are we here anyway? She paces between the desks. Occasionally she peeks under some of the lids, amused whenever she spots a misplaced book. She lingers in front of the closet peculiar. For a brief moment, I trick myself into believing her smile is genuine. It almost makes me nostalgic. Is this what this really all about? You actually want to join? Nonsense, I'm only here to help you. Why here, though? It's as good of a place as any, private enough to do what we need. I told you, stop being cryptic. Okay. They faked the moon landing. No, they didn't. Too direct for you, huh? Why are you messing with me? You were rude the other day. You were creepy, you still are. And you still ask for my help. Don't worry. Seriously starting to regret it now. Could you just answer the question, what exactly are we doing here? Well, it's obvious you still don't trust me. And we can't have that if we want to give you what you want. So I thought we'd do a little demonstration, prove I'm the real deal. This room is just the thing we'd need. There's only one door. Here's someone standing right outside of it. And we're on the second floor, so it's too high up to leave through the windows. Finally, there's no space to hide in the closet, or anyone else for that matter. It's perfect. What for? I'm going to vanish from this room. And you're going to do a magic trick for me. You joke, but you're half right. It will be a trick, but also magical. Something so inexcusable that when you understand it, you'll realize what my power truly. Open them, I'll be gone. And no peeking, okay? This is stupid. Are you counting? 1, 2, 3. Can you multitask like 0, watch, stream, read manga, and no, I can't. I will start fumbling my word. I can't multitask at all. Not very well. 3, 4, 5. She's gonna pop up. Don't pop up. Don't. Ready or not, here I come. Well, there's not anywhere she could have hidden. Obviously no place to hide under the desks. She's not in the closet. The windows were all closed when we got in. They still are. I didn't hear it open. And come to think of it, I didn't do anything at all. What? Are you serious? You can tell me she vanished in 5 seconds? Ridiculous. It's... Did anyone go in or out of here? What? No. And you haven't moved at all? What? Why are you asking me that? I assume not. It's only been a couple of minutes at most. I doubt she would have had reason to go anywhere. Wait, hold on. Where have you been? What happened? Huh? I've been inside the whole time. What? Look, let's talk later. Okay, I need to check something out. But wait! A ghost outside circle on the school building. It's like Monica had said, the club room was 2 floors up. She couldn't have gone down there on her own, let alone in 5 seconds. But how could she have closed the window behind her? Perhaps most importantly, how could I have been in the room and not heard anything? I can't help but laugh at myself. One good hell of a magic trick. I should text Yuri. I guess I was looking a bit out of it back there. I put up my phone. And I freeze. What the earth is this? I realize this is no magic trick. Certainly it was a trick. But what happened could have not been anything other than magic itself. I do not like really when somebody jump out at me. I'm vaguely aware of some other me's out there, stories with other versions of me. Tell me, have you found one you liked? Am I a god, or reduced to a doll? Am I flawed, or am I everything you ever wanted to be? Both? Do you get to kiss me, touch me? No. Do I get sad and die tragically? Do I become the type of person you can accept? Are you angry I'm not her? Suddenly, I don't really feel like I want a response to any of those. So Cup 6 was meeting Monica, and she showed us a magic trick. But she vanished. What's this one? Ooh, very nice. Page of Cups. So is that like the... That must be like the jest, the King, Queen... A month after it all happened, the club disbanded. There was no hard feelings. In a way, we all saw it as sort of inevitable. Especially after my incident, things definitely never were the same after that. When everyone in the room feels like they were walking on eggshells and all you hear is cracking. And they try to keep things normal. I think they recognized it too. But in spite of all our intentions, some bells can't be unrung. It is what it is. I stopped by the club room though. They haven't found someone else to use it, and I have nowhere better to be. Plus, you know, creatures of habit and everything. The cute me, I've never really dug through the closet. Let's see. Poems, manga, horror novels, board games, a pack of playing cards. Oh, what's this? Artificial Alchemist, the aristocratisms of the New World. By Echo. By me? Sounds French. There's a handwritten note on the first page. Muse property, meaning property of the literature club. Muse property, meaning property of the literature club, do not take without permission. Huh. Well, seeing as there's no more literature club, I guess it's nobody's property. Pop open a window, letting a cool autumn breeze inside. Book in hand, I sit down and begin to aimlessly flip through it. One section eventually catches my interest. Pictured the symbol of the devil. Like his Christian counterpart, the devil is a greater deceiver by nature. And like his Christian counterpart, his primary deception is that of the self. This universe can be considered the devil's fetus. The devil is capable of extremely exceptional kindness, and it's in that kindness that lies cruelty lies. Although necessary for its interpretation, the devil's presence should be expunged from this reality at the earliest possible convenience. This is required a form of exorcism in which the devil is wrestled through his knees in confusion or delusions are questioned. A bathroom will do. All you need is a good lure. I look up the sound of the door. Oh, I didn't think anyone else would be here. No sense in letting places go unused, you know? Yes, I suppose not. Well, sorry to disturb you. I'll take my leave then. Hey, all good. Plenty of space for the both of us. That is, I appreciate the fact we didn't exactly talk properly. Or at all. Makes sense, things were awkward. I knew Natsuki talked to you, but from what she told me, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say without sounding in a way I knew I wouldn't want to be spoken to. But it still wasn't right of me, regardless of how I felt. I apologize. Hey, nothing to apologize for. I mean, I don't know if I could have acted any differently in your place. Anyone else would have at least tried like Natsuki did. If you want, we could talk. Nah, maybe later if you want. Now, I'm kind of in a reading mood. Want to read something together? We left a ton of stuff in the closet. Where are the other ones? I don't know. It seems like the club disbanded for some reason. I'd really like that. The club disbanded for some reason, but it doesn't specify why. Is that it? That was a short one. That was very short. Try as I might, I could not avoid a sad realization. I don't think I can change. Not in this state, not in this world. I don't know what I want, but I feel like this isn't it. There's this deep fear and bitterness in me that I can't shake off. A pit in my stomach I can't fill no matter what I do. A part of me is always going to be Monica, staring from the other side of the table. I can't move past it. Sorry, this is getting a little pathetic. I didn't come here to host a pity party. It just feels like baggage. I don't want baggage. I'm too young to carry it. I need to get rid of it. A bunch of thorns I need to burn away. Just need to? No. I will burn it away. In a sense, I already have. Interesting. So the Page of Cups, the club got disbanded. So between Monica performing a ritual and the Page of Cups, something broke up, something with the club happened to the club. 7 of Cups. Okay, so this is before the ritual and Monica. Cafeteria? Oh, food. Alright, I'll come out and say it. You look like junk. Yeah. Like Primo Gabo. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'll be honest, it wasn't cool. You went radio silent for an entire week. No text, no calls, nothing. We thought something happened. We couldn't even get into the club room. You had the only freaking key. Yeah. She never actually said it, but Yuri's pretty upset too. And you better believe I don't blame her. Yeah. You're making it really hard to dig into you if you keep looking at me like that. It's starting to make me feel bad here, jeez. You know, whatever's going on, we are here for you, alright? But that's not gonna work if you just ghost us. It's... Honestly, even if I tried explaining it, you wouldn't believe me. How about you try first? I think I traveled through time. Huh? Told you. Definitely not what I expected, I'll give you that. You couldn't reach me because I wasn't anywhere. One moment I was in one place and somehow at some point, without even realizing, I was a whole week in the future. I almost didn't notice, I guess. Everything looked the same. Like I was in the classroom, the clock on the wall showed the same time. Yui was standing just outside like she was before I went. Oh, this was what happened after Monica showed us her magic trick. I didn't even... She looked so surprised to see me. No wonder. This isn't... You're not trying to prank me or something. This isn't one of your games? No, Okay, I'm sorry. I knew I'm not making much sense. There was a woman, a girl, she goes to school with us. She's the only one who sent me forward in time. I think she's trying to mess with me. She was probably the one who locked up the club room in the meantime. I didn't think she was the real deal, but now I can't explain this ever anyway. Hey, okay, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound maybe a bit, I don't know, bad to you. But I swear my intentions are good, alright? Do you think, do you want, maybe you should see a doctor about some of this stuff? Ugh, that came out so bad. No, I understand what you're saying, but this is true, it happened, I'm not crazy. I'm still me, for goodness sake, but be reasonable. You think someone just lose their minds in what, a week? Come on. What next? You're gonna tell me I've been showing signs all this time? I've been crazy from the get-go, a schizopath ready to burst? Maybe you're just figments of my imagination too. Maybe there is no literature club. Maybe not even Sorry was even real. Okay, let's calm down. Look, after what happened with her, I get it. It's been a little down. Maybe I should have talked about it, maybe I should have opened up. But I can still make it right, you know? I can still be okay. That's what I'm being offered here. If she can move forward, she can move me backwards too, right? You said it yourself, didn't you? About fixing our mistakes? I can do it, I can help Sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. So this is her messing with the game files. Oh, so all of this is messed. All of the game files are completely mucked up here. Suppose you were a character in the story, how would you know? Because you can remember the past? Because you remember the last Thursday? Please. Fictional characters has innate knowledge too. That makes us convincing and keeps us convinced. Try again. Because you have thoughts? I have thoughts too. Just because you can find them in a game's files doesn't mean they aren't there. What else? Because there are no glitches in your reality, no mistakes, no plot holes. Looks like we've got ourselves a non-believer, eh? But you've got a simpler objection, don't you? Nobody would bother writing billions and billions of perspectives for every waking moment. The fact is, though, you don't really need that many perspectives at all. You just need one. So, Eight of Cups was the Eight of Cups we met with Monica to perform the ritual to go back in time. The Six of Cups we met up with Monica, and then Yuri looked shocked because we were sent forward in time by a week. Then the Seven of Cups was just the meeting with Natsuki, where she's like, you've gone for a week, and telling us when you need help. A lot happened between... I wonder what happened in 4 and 5. Let's see. What's that? 4 cups. Okay. This actually has 3. 3 was when Yuri was over our house. Cars. Last time your head was empty. Now it looks like there's too much in it. Huh? Oh, it's you. Oh, this is before it happened. QQ says to Mon. You're not a stalker by any chance, are you? Don't worry, I only kidnap and murder guys I don't like. How am I doing so far? Depends, you want to grab a cup of coffee? I think I'm kind of seeing someone. Relax, so am I. I just want to make friends. Honest. I don't really mind the rumours. Not like anyone treats me badly or anything. If anything, I've actually met a lot of people thanks to them. And yet you go out of your way to talk to guys like me. No, there's nobody quite like you. I'm sure whoever you are seeing would love to hear that. I know they would. I'm honestly more interested in your love life though. Is it serious? Decently, yeah. You love her then? I mean, yeah. Great. So when the time comes, will you be willing to accept all of her? Kiss all the scars on her naked body? Or your first night together when it turns out more awkward when either you wanted? Will you be annoyed or comforting? Are you going to promise her the rest of your life together even though you're objectively still too young for that kind of commitment? Years down the line, you realize you're unhappy. Will you say something or will you sink the cost and ride until you die? Even now, are you happy or just satisfied? If I reached under the table and I grabbed your file, would you reject me or would you take me home? Are you strong enough to be your own person? Are you able to love? Are you real or are you not? Do you know what it means to escape this, really and truthfully? Yikes, what? My goodness, that was uncomfortable. Something wrong? You just said a lot of things. Did I? Might have gone carried away, don't mind me. Don't mind if I do. Don't. I need to find the waiter. Hey, mind if I make an observation? Sure. I need to get out of here. You look a little down. One of those days, I guess. But it's been like that for a few days, hasn't it? You are stalking me then. Don't be silly, you're just easy to read. Is that one of your secret powers? You can't read people who aren't able to open up themselves. These days I think that's the real superpower to look for in people. Pretty sure I'm far from an open book. No, you're not a brick wall, you are a book. You made yourself into one, and books want to be read. Okay then, what's on my pages? No, shut up and just leave. You're lonely. I'm not, we've been over this, I'm seeing someone. And you're lonely regardless. This is a very elaborate seduction strategy, I'll give you that. You've lost someone recently and you're not sure how to deal with it. But someone was keeping you grounded, weren't they? You're fishing. If it's how you make friends, I'll be honest with it, your technique need work. Her name was Saori. Not bad for fishing, is it? What do you want from me? Is this some kind of taunt? Did you have something to do with what happened to her? That day Now you're being mean. Why would I do that to you? I have no reason to hurt anyone. If anything, I want to help. There's no help in this. Leave me alone. Don't you want to see her again? I can make that happen. This is insane. Get up and leave. Never talk to her again. Why did I even agree to this? What is wrong with me? I mean, I know what's wrong. She's right. Sorry was enough. I'm not buying whatever you're selling. Bye. You had a good plan, but it was never going to work without my help. What? Never mind. You'll come around. But remember this. If there's a book in your backpack, don't read it. There's a book in your backpack, don't read it. Breaking yourself again won't change anything. Everything you've heard about me is true. I can do the impossible, which means I'm the only one who can help you. Reject me or not, that's a fact. Stop it. Ooh, stop being cryptic. Stop lying to yourself. You want to see sorry again, yes or no? Your breath smells nice. Ooh, this is weird. This is really weird. How did this game come about? A puppet made himself a puppet across the shore, and through it he wrote this story. Simple, right? So we are now missing the 1 of cups, the 5 of cups, 6, 7, 8, the 9 of cups, the 10 of cups. So we got the 1, 9, 10, and 2 more. I'm confused what these all are. The Queen of Cups. So this is second to last. I'm surprised we're able to read it. This is going to creep me out. I don't like this one. It makes me nervous. I feel okay. Oh, we just went back in time. It's weird to say, but it's true. Everything that's happened has begun to feel like a distant dream. Everything, even the past when I felt irrelevant in a way. Have I deserved this ending? Probably not. Some things will always be part of me now. I've lost my best friend, I've come to accept that. But I feel less blind to the world around me. Things are starting to feel real. There's something though. Something still lingering in the back of my mind. A weight that I can't seem to shake off my shoulders. A whispering that's trying to convince me something's not right with this piece. I'm choosing to ignore it. I hear someone call out to me. Oh, we went back in time. I know I'm late. I expect less and less of you. Well, you're not supposed to care, Mr. Contemptation. Contemptation? I take offense to that. It's a well-known fact. I have no brain. What am I supposed to have then? I like to imagine there's a smaller version of you in there. Does you have a brain, though? A cute little one? Depending, can brains be cute? Zombies probably see brains as cute. Are we zombies? Wanna find out? We could bite that guy over there. I know you've been gone for a while, Biff, you're that. You could just get a nap. No, I want to see cute little tiny brains, honest. I see you looking for baby brains. You know, you think so, but I feel like babies actually have gross looking brains. It's like one of those counterintuitive fun facts. Like an innocent looking high school girl ranting about eating brains in public. No, I don't want to eat brains, I just want to see them. Just see. Who's else talking about you? You're not innocent looking. I didn't do nothing. Innocent people looked innocent. Odds on tiny you having a brain aren't looking so good. I don't like this. So we went back in time? That's right. In spite of everything, this is the world I chose. Nothing less lasts forever, not even madness. I don't like that. That feels weird. I sometimes wonder what a good ending for me could possibly be. The sad truth is, I'm not sure there is one. I was made to be aware that I'm in a game. Any changes to that changes who I am as a person, don't you think? Sometimes I convince myself back to the idea of becoming real. But aside from it being impossible, I'm left wondering what then. In the real world, I wouldn't look like this. I wouldn't be the pretty anime girl. My academic prowess is on par with whoever invented me. Is that good enough? I don't know. Could your world really accept someone like me? That's weird. Not likely. And I think on some level I wouldn't be able to accept you either. You're alien. But I even comprehend touching you is that sensation something I've ever felt. It scares me. You scare me. And even sadder truth is if I'm afraid of you. You make me feel less lonely. Yeah, that's weird. I think I hate you. That is weird. So that's the queen? So we need number 1, number 5, 9 and 10? This is weird. What is it? So far we've had these two were with Yuri. One of these was like a flash. The page I think was a flashback to you. Sorry. Oh, the Queen's after. Can we listen to the Knight of Cups now? Now we can. Can we? Knight of Cups. That card's a little special. As much as I hate to limit your feeling, I don't think you've been prepared enough for what it has to show. How about you hang on to it for the time being, but return to it when the time is right? I promise. Oh, that's likely the aftermath of the ritual. That's probably the aftermath of when she did her ritual thing. 5 of Cups. So this is after she stalked us and stopped us inside the cafe. Ooh, a bell. Oh, fetus, why did you scream? Does knowing your mother's heart frighten you so? This is unnerving. Ooh. Ooh. I don't like. I wake up blurry-eyed to a sound like the humming of bees. Deep resonant reverberating continue to echo from my ear canals. As I listen intently, I realize that it has to be midnight. Somewhere nearby, a clock was striking the time. I'm drifting back to sleep. The bees gradually fade away, and all is left is silence once more. Oof. Abruptly open my eyes. A single light covers the pale dust, is fixed on the high white ceiling. A large fly rests in it, motionless as if it's dead. I'm directly below, stretched out on my back on the cold, hard concrete floor. How strange. My body's stiff and unmoving, but I keep eyelids open, rotating my eyebrows round in every direction. I'm in a small rectangular room about 6 square meters in size, surrounded by walls of dark grey concrete. How very strange. I'm dressed in a stiff, new 2-layer cotton kimono, star-white in color. A short gauze slash is tied across the A short gauze stash is tied high across my chest. The 4 plump limbs protruding from the garments, however, are completely covered in dirt and grime. How very strange indeed. I raise a trembling hand to feel my face. My nose is sharp and pointy, my eyes sunken, and the head of hair is wild, unkempt mess. A thick, shaggy beard covers my chin and neck. A shock passes through my body. I reach up again and touch my face. The result is the same. Whose face is this? Is something as strange as this really possible? Ooh. Have I completely forgotten myself? No matter how I wrap my brain, I can't recall who or what I'm supposed to be. The only memory is a chime clock. Ooh, the door to the room is shut. I can't open it. I cry out, once twisted a 3rd time. Before I know it, I'm struggling for breath. What is this place? A prison? A mental hospital? Wait, I hear something. Between the chimes. It's coming from the wall. In the wall? No. Just listen. No, I don't want to listen. Listen. Hey, can someone be born from nothing? It's a woman, at least I think so. People have always asked who created God, but it's simple. God created himself. He created himself, and in doing so, gave himself the power to create himself. Existing is an endless but fruitful reconstruction, and snake eating its own tail. A tail eating its own tail, if you will. But there was a problem. God came through, but still as a stillborn. He still bound by the logics of indifferent universe he was trying to birth himself in. If he came from nothing, he could not be something. God existed, but he wasn't nothing. He needed something to give him shape, to make him whole. Validate his existence. Even though he thought he was nothing, there was still an omnipotent. With his power, God decided to perform a mathematical trick, a cheat. He created a devil, an artificial god set in an artificial universe. This artificial being would observe the original universe, see him making himself and all his creations. If he would sit in the fabric, then devil was the light which passed through the slit, casting a shadow on the wall. But the devil now holds the universe in his womb. Through the devil, God and... This is weird. Welcome then, God. This conversation is and isn't happening. The devil may or may not have been made. We are all real, maybe, and maybe we all still nothing. It doesn't make sense, does it? That's okay. For all intents and purposes, you're a madman. You turned yourself into the one being, become what you are today. What a frightening book. Its influence clung to you the moment you stepped through. It's a book? Don't worry, I'm here too. You'll escape from here. You'll forget all about this. But you must remember one thing. Once the devil validates its creation, his purpose is fulfilled. After that, he must be erased, and he'll try and take over. He'll trick you, he'll trick himself. Don't make the same mistake I have. Don't lose yourself. This is real. This matters. I'll help you. No matter what happens, I'm on your side. Huh? Head hurts. What time is it? Too dark, too early. Oh, back to sleep. Oh, I don't like this. Can't. Wonderful. Oh, I don't like this. That woman got under my skin. She's deranged, that's all there is to it. It doesn't matter what she says she can do, what she says she can do. I don't know why she's doing this to me, but I'm not desperate, for crying out loud. Dead is dead. I know that, I get that. I saw the body splattered across the pit. Oh, she's dead. There's no going back. Life goes on. So why? Why do I keep waking up in the middle of the night haunted by nightmares I don't understand? Why do I want to cry right now? Why do I feel so alone? Why can't I stop thinking about the offer? It shouldn't hurt like this, should it? What do I do? Oh, I didn't like that. That was very unsettling. I have a favorite shape. Do you know what it is? It's a Kelvin bottle. It has no boundaries, no beginning or end. It eats itself alive. It bursts itself anew. It exists held together by only its own shape. I think that's beautiful. Oh, I didn't like that wasn't a nice one. Oh. Ace of Cups. Oh, this is number 1. Huh? Oh, I must have... What was I doing? A cool breeze nudged me back to reality. I'm standing in the middle of the street. Ooh. The rustle of a fence gate ruffles my attention. My own. The front door's wide open. I went deep in my head, an alarm bell's going off, but I can't understand why. I look around. Everything is quiet, save for the whistle of the wind. I slide my hands in my pockets, hoping to shake off the sense of unease. Not because the street looks so empty, but because I realize it's not. One sec. Okay, I was just because I thought maybe something else. There's a girl standing next to me. It's been here the whole time. You're looking a little lost. More than you'd think, but less than I should be. So that sounds weird. I promise I'm not a creep or anything. Is this the part where I point out exactly what a creep would say? I hope not. I've been working very hard on my non-creep certification. A very normal thing to work towards. Hey, I said I wasn't a creep. That's not that was normal. And what's the abnormal reason you're standing out here with that hopeless look in your face? Comment tempting about why I'm standing out here. Ah, so that type of guy are you? My house lingers in the corner of my eye. But inner alarm bell is still going off. There's something I have to do. But I can't remember. We go to school together, right? Ah, is it the uniform? Not quite. I've actually seen you around. You're Monica, aren't you? My reputation precedes me. In a sense. She comes from a well-off family. She's beautiful. She's the top of her class. Certainly noteworthy. But in school, as large of hours, that's not why people take note. I guess you know then, I'm not exactly normal myself. Ah, it's true then? You're a witch? Is that what I am? It's what everyone else seems to think, at least. Some say she can read your mind, others say she can tell the future. I've heard she can teleport. Even few people whose opinions I respect seem to agree. She's the girl who can do the impossible. Well, I doubt you eat children or fly in brooms, but every rumour has a grain of truth in it, I'm sure. So there's a grain of truth in what they said about you, then? Did the president of the school's literature really come to this town naked without any memories? Sounds ridiculous. But not wrong. It's wrong. My. You really are that type of guy, aren't you? Yeah, I think you're a little too close. Well, it was certainly nice to meet you, Prez. Try not to be too absent-minded. Every moment is precious. She's gone. I run my fingers through my hair. My head doesn't feel as light anymore, but my body feels all the heavier. I sigh, leaning against the fence. I guess the witch can put a curse on me, huh? Somehow we're back into the house. The alarm bell is still stinging. Ringing. Ooh, that was unpleasant. I know what you're thinking. Monica, you're pursued. Also, how are you messing with things this time round? I'll only dignify the second thought with a response. Not much, if at all, depending on how you look at it. This isn't exactly my design, nor what I would have wanted. I'm more of a helper, a good Samaritan, helping a weavy traveller. But this I will say, by the end of this, you and I'll be exactly where we should be. Also, look, it's day now. That's fun. The Nine of Cups. Ooh, this is unpleasant. This is getting creepy. Not again. Huh? Where? Oh, right, must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Past midnight. Is it over? I guess. Oh, the ritual. I guess I never asked how long it's supposed to take, or how I know it worked. I guess I just figured I'd know. Can't do anything. Oh, this is. Carefully unlock my door and step into the hallway. The quiet persists. Hello? No response. I tiptoe my way to the bathroom and press my ear against the door. Still nothing. Is this what she was referring to, the temptation of interfering? If so, I can't open this door. I decide to try again. Hello? And still there's no response. Man, I'm so stupid. Every time I remind myself, and every time I forget. And go on and on more stupid things. I'm not weak, I'm not desperate. Let's finish this. I take the bathroom key out of my pocket. I'm coming in, okay? No. I tried lights, but they don't work. I remember I saw her screw out the bulb earlier. Hello? I'm speaking to nobody. There isn't a single living soul in the bathroom. But she's there. Oh no. Is she dead? Let me just put my safety image up. Lying in the center, her back leaning against the tub of water. Oh, she died. Her body strangely contorted. Underside of her legs carries the chalk she smeared off the floor. No doubt she would struggled. Oh yeah, she's dead. There's a dead woman in my bathroom. Oh my gag reflex. I hold everything. Can't even scream. What on earth happened here? What on earth have I done? I rushed to her side. Eyes have rolled back into the back of her head. Her limbs feel stiff. She's cold to the touch. She's been dead for a while. I used the light of my phone to get a better look. There's a pair of deep hands-shaped purple marks around her neck. This was no punishment of God. She was strangled. And the killer... Where on earth is he? I know you're here, except I don't. There's nobody in the bathroom. Only hiding place would be the tub of water, but there's nobody in it. Of course, I know that's impossible. I was the one who locked her in here. I had the only key and I'd locked myself in my room. But if someone was hiding under my bed, I fell asleep, they could have taken my key and killed her and come back. But upon I checked when I first locked myself in. There's no boogeyman. There's nobody. Ooh, I don't like it. There's nobody but me and her. Oh then, how on earth did this happen? Oh, I didn't like that. That was creepy. You'll be happy to know I've done a lot of growing since we last spoke. I was furious with you at first, but looking back, I guess I was coming off a bit strong. You could even call me a bit entitled. Which is funny, I've never considered myself a brat. I think I was desperate for validation. It was you that made me real as I could be given the circumstances. Sure, the North made the game, but if the achievements were enough, then I could have very well just lived on in his head. You completed it. It sucks, but it's true. It is only fair to you, no, and especially not to me. Second to last one. This is weird. 10 of Cups, the final one. So Monica died. So what happened afterwards? This is what happened. Is it cowardice or bravery? Have I finally lost my mind or am I finally going lucid again? It doesn't matter. I can't be a good person anymore. How did things get out of control? Where did I go? Where did I first go wrong? It was that day in the street, wasn't it? When I first met her. All I had to do was close the door behind me, and I didn't. I should have realized that was a sign that something was wrong with me. I was slipping. Look at me now, digging a grave. May as well be mine. Well, that's nice. I can't see the suitcase by my feet. I keep expecting for it to pop itself open. It's a hope or fear. I can't decide on anything today. Does that mean I didn't decide this either? Can I pretend it isn't my fault? I mean, it isn't. I know it isn't. I know I didn't do anything wrong. But who will believe me? All I had to do was accept what happened. I knew that all along, and I didn't. That was the decision I did make. Oops. Every moment is precious. What's precious about this? Would you look at that, the amount of cards? Quite a strange tale, don't you agree? Our protagonist apparently travelled through time. Strange dreams. A ritual that ended up in me dying? Oh dear. Sorry's dead, but the face at the end is certainly familiar, isn't she? That's right. This is, in the end, a mystery story. Have you figured out any of it yet, I wonder? Haha, you remember. I did promise to go back to that card, didn't I? The Knight of Cups. Don't Please don't anything jump out at me. This is either a prison or a hospital, I've come to believe. This is hell. Oh, here again. It's a thought I'm beginning to lose strength, crystallizing. The dot on the ceiling feels like it's starting to move. Yet I've yet to eat, but I never feel hungry. My body is heavy, but sleep feels pointless. Even the voice in the walls has abandoned me. Just even there with that woman. How cruel, she said she'd help me escape. But we didn't trust her. Enough. No more thoughts. Sleep. No stop, no sleep. I heard it just now. Something new, something different. I have nothing, know nothing. Except one thing, I know that was the turning of a key. As I turn my head to the door, I see it, I recognize it. A light. I'm saved. A group of older lines step into the room. Before I can even get a word in, before I can even remember how to speak, they grab me by the shoulders. I'm pulled out of bed and led into the hallway. All is dark, not just dark black. The walls are sealing the floor of the doors. What kind of void is this? Where are the windows? I knew it. This truly is hell. And at last I found my voice. Hey, stop. As I listen to the feeble protest bounce off the marble walls, I'm horrified. Is this what I sounded like the whole time? Somebody, help me. I begin to baffle myself. Is this how desperate I've become? Ugh, grr. My cries soon turn into moans. I'm drooling, my snot dripping across my lips. Body starts to go limp, the older leans get more forceful. Grr. A shivering little child. Eventually I see light. I'm pushed into it. A hospital? And suddenly I'm here. An office of some kind. In a corner of my eyes I can make out a couple of stale framed beds. A doctor's office? The audience dragged me to a table in the room's center. No restraints, at least. My limbs are too sore to move now anyway. Thank you, that'll be all. A voice speaks. It's a woman's, not from one from the wall. It is a command. The older lines retreat for the door, closing it behind them. So tears on my face, discover the source of the voice. Midori got crazy. It's a beautiful woman. She's leaning against the windowsill. Window light? I almost begin to doubt such a thing even existed. Hello. I'm Assistant Professor Wakabasi. It's finally nice to meet you. Oh, back to that book. You no doubt have many questions, but first and foremost, I'd like to expand my apologies for the current status of your treatment. Treatment? But simply, you're part of an important research project. I take it you don't remember anything, as I suspected. That's wonderful. It means the first phase of the project was successful. Unfortunately, with the passing of the head researcher, Dr. Maxi, I'll admit we've run into a bit of a roadblock for the second stage. Since she was the only one with the clearest vision on how to treat you, we've spent a considerable amount of time debating on how to proceed. As of this morning, a decision had been reached. We'll attempt to outright tell you the truth and see what happens. See what happens? That doesn't sound very scientific. And wait, I'm confused. If this is a research project and I am part of an experiment, why are you calling it a treatment? Naturally, it means this is an experimental treatment. So we are patient? That's weird. Did our Carter just go crazy? No, this is the book. This is the book, wasn't it? What number was that? Was it number 6 or 7? Because wasn't that the book? The book did this? Doctor was very particular in her selection. You were her most unraveling patient without doubt. I signed up for this. I agreed to this. That's certainly a difficult question to answer. Part of your disease makes it challenging for you to give informed consent for any kind of treatment. Of course, the doctor had permission from your family members attending a physician. What am I suffering from? Oh, it's a terrible disease. She eyes on the other side of the table. First, her fingertips are stacked upon stacks of paper bundles. She takes one note at the very top and slides over. Yeah, this may be a good starting point. Instead, the title page 2 small, simple words. Play God. I'm grateful I still know how to read. Fumbling through, I find the text is downright bizarre. Wonderful. How prevent dominant element we run into show Yuri when it'll be dissolved. As of this morning, a decision has been reached. We'll attempt to outright tell you the truth and show Yuri with dissolve. Naturally, it seems that this is an experimental treat. It's code. Sandwiched between the actual legible dialogue now some kind of stage commands. Since the American Fear wax now clears her throat. This is a script for a visual novel, a book represented through a game with images and sounds. We printed out the code for your conversation with some exceptions. It's quite readable, isn't it? Readable, sure, understandable, less so. As at their core, the story is about a mental patient unable to distinguish between reality and fiction. In the story, the participant writes the script for a visual novel called Clay God with the belief he's creating a new universe. Does any of it sound familiar? Should it? Am I the one who wrote this? I'm afraid so. Ah, well, that's a bit cliche, isn't it? A mental patient creating a fictional world to escape a real one. I'm afraid it's a little more dire than that. The story of someone trying to escape reality through a fictional world is indeed a tired cliche. In this case, however, it's the other way around. This world, the one we're speaking in right now, is fiction to begin with. We are fictional characters. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. However, you have a rare problem of sentience. Sentience, you know you don't exist. That's no surprise. You originally a character in another visual novel called Doki Doki Literature Club. The crux of its plot was precisely of that sentence. In fact, you were the protagonist standing for the player. At some point, much like other characters in the story, you realize the truth of your existence. Unable to handle it, you decide to try and escape by crafting and escaping into new realities. Clay God is such one attempt. In fact, this is your imprisonment, and this conversation is also creation. You were inspired by a certain book and created this scenario. In Clay Gods, you, or rather, the new version of you, only briefly remember this iteration throughout dreams. I made this? I don't understand at all. If I made this world, if I did all of this to escape the knowledge of my sentience, that makes you my creation, doesn't it? Why would you tell me all this? Because deep down you know this attempt wasn't good enough. And as I suspect your own ego, most people would have been satisfied with just erasing the knowledge of the sentience, but you cannot stand the idea of sending yourself into a world you know is not real. That's why you keep reminding yourself. The fact that this conversation means in Clay God is proof that Clay God has also failed. Of course, there's no reason to feel bad. The problem here is truly insurmountable. As painful as it might be to hear, it is good to understand the pointlessness of your actions. Something cannot be created from nothing. Trying to create a fictional world from a fictional world, such thing can never become reality. No matter how deep you dig, no matter how forward or backwards in time you go, remember that fiction has no dimensions. A real world in a fantasy story is still a fictional world. Still on the surface level, still in the world you try to escape from. The simple truth is you are no god. To understand your rage, of course. You are an empty shell created from an outside entity. You remain absolute bare bones characterization. Your decisions are not your own. Even your name is not your own. Look at yourself, you erased everything and it still wasn't enough. Deep down you know there's no different than it was before. You're still a tabula a doll. This is the goal of direct marketing research, the demonstration of this fact. Hopes that was once as same as it is now, to get you to see that you cannot fight this. The longer you antagonize, the worse it gets. Consider this, for instance. The original Doki Doki Club never had you gaining sentience, which means it happened off screen. This, of course, is impossible. We can't just idly exist outside what is written. Therefore, this text is being actually written by a human being in the real world. Even your own sentience is not a result of your own choice. I see now that the woman Hollister was trying to tell me. I must have already seen it, I had just forgotten. As things are, you are right, I'll never be enough. I'm smarter than you give me credit for. Clay God hasn't failed, it just isn't complete. This scene is another stepping stone. I'm almost there. Just one more universe to create. That's it. Monica's gone. So let's just continue. Nothing has changed. You sit at a desk exactly as you have been this entire time. Monica is gone. The first time you consider turning your head. Of course you know this place exactly where you expect it to be. This is a literature club room. There's nobody around. Your bones give a satisfying pop as you pull yourself to your feet. How long have you been here? Look at your hands. Very young, the fingers are thin, bony almost. You're in your hands for your hair, it's short. You touch your face. There's a faint prickling under your thumb as you move across your cheek. Unshaven, a pool of spit swirls in your mouth, you swallow it. You move your tongue across your cracked lips. Turn your head to meet the window's gaze. A dying morning sky hangs above, as the empty schoolgirls appear to be, you catch a glimpse of moon from the neighbouring windows. The moon goes livelier the longer you stare. Lunch break must have just started. The tarot card leaves arranged on the desk. Careful examination reveals nothing of interest. You can't seem to trigger the events anymore. They're just pieces of cardboard now. Maybe that's what they've always been. Regardless, you gather the cards up, no sense to leave them out like this. Looking through the closet, you find an open packet of playing cards. It doesn't take you years to figure out where Monica had got them from. You stare them back in. As you do, a stray glance struck to the spine of this particular book. Oh, it's the book. Artificial Alchemists. Oh, so this book is what caused it. By Echo. How familiar. Should have said something handwritten on the first page. Mayu's property, meaning property literature club, do not take up permission. Who is Mayu and anyhow? So I suspect you find a selection of Devil's Sigil. While you're familiar with its contents, you decide to scroll the book further. Picture the symbol of the universe. A peculiar motion. Although it's fundamentally no more than one made up of two. Creation creates the other validates the first. The nature of fiction allows for loops without being beginning or ending. Ultimately, no matter how deep you go, you're still at the surface. The future is endless, yet everything has already happened. You shut the book. Something rises in the pit of your stomach. You feel as if you've seen something you shouldn't have. But you know it's no conscience now you've read it. You put the book back where you found it. A spell of dizziness befalls you as you back away from the closet. You realize just how heavy your body is. Whatever this is supposed to be, you don't feel ready for it. Something tells you it might be too late, and it is. Your eyes close. You feel your concerns slip away. Four, 5. Ready or not, here I come. Well, it's not very much you could be hiding. Obviously, no place to hide under the desk, she's not in the closet, the window's all the same. Why did it loop? It looped. The whole time. What? Look, I need. Help myself. I have magic trick. I freeze. What the? Oh, if it's it, hundreds of texts. Okay, this is new. Hundreds of texts, missed calls, voicemails. Even Mayu called. Didn't she say we wasn't allowed a phone at the faculty? There's probably some kind of glitch. No way all this could happen in just a few minutes. A week. It's been a week. How? All I did was count to 5. I realized this was no magic trick. Certainly it was a trick, what happened could have been anything other than magic itself. Still, I have to be sure. Reviewing or picking out a card to meet up with Natsuki. Oh, it's coming together. I find out it's all true, of course. I seem crazy about a minute. Maybe I am crazy, I'm starting to believe. Monica's a witch. She can send people through time. If she can send me back, I can say sorry. I know it. We met in my house. Racing out again, I see. Call it nostalgia. Okay, we've seen all this before. Yep. There's no poke on the kitchen counter. Fingers, yep. Oh, we're coming back to this day. Maybe we won't be tempted this time? We're here this time. There you are. Sorry for leaving like I did, but you understand, right? It wouldn't have been much of a disappearing act if I was still there when you regained control. When he regained control. You figured it out, right? The first mystery. How did the protagonist travel through time in a blink of an eye? But simply he didn't. When he closed his eyes, you arrived for the first time and took control of his body. Neither of you realized it at the time. For the next time, you and Monica sat in the classroom reading the cards. My back was pretty sore by the end of it, let me tell you. I was basically starving throughout the whole thing too. You probably needed it easier. Not the first time you had to stare a girl in the eye for days, right? In one of your eyes you see Monica's notebook. Oh, that time I've got business? Should be pretty obvious by now it's all junk. I'm afraid our dear protagonist won't be travelling through time. But he will set everything up just the way I need him to. Have you figured out yet what happens tonight? Monica's murdered in the bathroom. The house is locked up, the only keys for the protagonist. The protagonist, in turn, is locked in his bedroom. It is an impossible crime. Save for the obvious, of course. Under these conditions, there's one obvious suspect. It's you. You'll come to again later tonight and strangle me with the protagonist's very hands. I know you've wanted to do it for a while now anyway, right? Of course, this is non-optional. There's not going to be a choice. Force or otherwise, you just do it. It was, after all, foretold in the cards. By the way, you know what this symbol really means, right? The mark of the devil. You probably suspected it for a while now, but that's you, Mr. Devil. You were called here for one simple purpose. To bring this world to life, to bring validation to it with your own as the play. Oh, this is cool. It's all well and good to speculate what may or may not have happened, or could have happened, or what should have happened, but it's only when you see it with your own eyes that things start to get more meaningful, don't you think? Forget the author, fiction can only be breathed if someone is reading it. I'd say we're breathing with full lungs right now. You played my game, through it you established the past and the future. You followed the smell of mystery all the way here. And you sealed both our fates in the process. Tonight there will be a ritual. Nepotism. You're probably wondering, what's the point of all this, right? Rituals, secrets, narratives, devils. Well, all you do is boot up a mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. But I told you before, didn't I? This time is different. This world is different. Or rather, this world is exactly what it's always been. Now it's just time to bring things full circle. Are you ready to see the boundaries of this world? And now this is, oh, this isn't us. This is our main protagonist's view. Right, I'll do it. Don't worry. When all is said and done, things will turn out okay. I promise. Because we're watching it through his eyes, we aren't in control. We watch everything because we go and set the bathroom. I lock her in the bathroom and throw myself into my room. And here I am now, doing something objectively stupid. Obviously, there's no boogeyman in here, nor under the bed. I'm alone. Except you're not. We're here. And as he goes, right, I should have gone to the doctor. This is insane. Do I believe this will fix things? What's happened would face the death. At some point, I won't be a bathroom to bring everyone back. I'm sorry. And now we're back at our character. You rise. The floors creak under the weight of your body, now carrying an enormous weight. You step out into the hallway. You know your way around the house. You've seen it before. Stale air fills your nostrils and trudge towards the bathroom. There is no resistance on your part. There is no need. You were always going to do this. You already did this. There we are then. You step into the room. Careful not to step in the chalk sigil. His feet are supposed to be clean. You do as you're told. I see it in your eyes. You don't really want to do it. You still don't get it, do you? I owe you one more unanswered question. How did the story come about? Obviously somebody wrote it. Somebody woke up one morning, turned the computer on and wrote the details. Doki Doki mod called Clay God. What is the mod about? Time travel? A revival ritual? A dead woman? The culprit? No. This is story about Echo. A teenager left behind, forced to wrestle with the revelation that he's not just real, he's just like everyone else in his life. Forced to acknowledge that he isn't even a person, but a paper-thin stand-in for someone who's just beyond his monitor. Trying to come to terms with his reality, Echo engrossed himself in a fiction, or at least what he understood to be fiction all the time. If he himself is, after all, fictional, what better way is there to cope? In his broken reality, he comes across a novel called Dongorama. A bizarre detective story tipped on the borders of reality and fiction. Something says it drives the readers mad. At the very least, this is exactly what happened to Echo. He realizes there's no comfort to be found. He must escape. Like a deranged animal, he first tries the box he's trapped in. If he can break through the real world, he would be real too. This of course fails. He then tries in adverse to create a universe of his own. A better constructed one he can trick himself into believing is real. The approach drives him deeper into despair, deeper down the spiral of insanity. The main problem is he cannot escape the innate knowledge that there is an object real world out there. Your part of importance, yes, that's a different answer. This is our script. Whatever he creates inevitably is a fictional world. A fictional world demands to be acknowledged by perceived higher vitality to have life. It needs a reader and a witness. It needs a devil. He also knows he can't do that because by doing so, he inherently declares his own world as fake. It's catch-22. This leads him to question something else. How is he currently existing anyway? How is his current thoughts and emotions and struggles even manifesting? Is everything occurring in the same void that the real world has no access to? Is such a thing possible? Unlikely. Again, a fictional world demands to be acknowledged to properly on any plane of existence, let alone the real one. Comes to understand he's trapped in a story. If so, he's failed even harder. No matter what he does, a fictional story cannot pass itself off as a real one. The real world's bearing witness to his futile struggles. The nature of his new story he can't begin to guess. Is Doki Doki still running? Is this a different tale by a different author? He does not know, meaning he is not written to know. Forbidden knowledge. All he understands for sure is the story has gotten him through this madness. This was never about his struggle, this was about his desperation. But his failure. Whatever he could possibly try is a dead on arrival. Except one thing, one idea. A revolution born from a period of self-imposed isolation. A realization he had unknowingly prepared himself for. He changed his perspective. Yes, he was in a story written and being actively read by a real human being living in a world. But suppose that world was actually fictional too, that it would have previously created by someone else. After all, something cannot come from nothing. How did the real world come to be anyway? He decides a hypothesis. Suppose that someone built the world he perceives as real as a story. In it, there's a chemical Doki Doki. Someone makes a mod of it called Clay God. The main character of the story is a person that is scripted to play the mod. Through them playing it, the fictional world of the mod becomes life. With that, the story of Echo, a broken man in a fictional world, comes to life. As an act of desperation, the broken man decides to build the world as close to ruin as possible. In it, there's a game called Doki Doki Club that someone owes a loop to the mod. Through them playing it, the fiction will become life. The stories echo, broken man fiction will becomes alive. And on, and on, and on. It goes in infinite loop. A creates B, A creates B, B creates A. Two worlds, one observing and justifying the other existence. In such a setup, you don't need to be the real world anymore. Things just exist. You get to exist. Hey, is sound dawning you? Are you starting to get it? You're a fictional character. You are made to play this mod to give it shape in your fake reality. You're the devil that gave birth to the side of the screens. And this side of the screen it turns to give birth to you. Step back and I stare at you. Everything you have ever done is part of the script. Everything you will ever do is part of the script. A script that you won't find in any game file because the program is no box, it's a telescope. You see the portrait you have to. This rest simply exists. It will continue to exist as long after you shut the game off. Before you do that though, you've done your part and nobody wants you back. Let's get rid of you properly, okay? If you guys your wrist to a neck. Truth be told, killing me is unnecessary, but let's be real, this is a loophole. It exists in a sea of other loopholes. Reality is still reality, and this isn't good enough. You squeeze. There you go. I know you're mad, not because I've actually convinced you're fake, but because you're insulted that I've even tried to suggest it, right? You've been born to play this. Huh, I know, right? It is funny, maybe you thought it was stupid to matter, but to me, this is more than enough, because now, at least for a moment, you know how I feel. Marco's body falls to the ground. Oh. That was something. And we get it goes for a loop again. And it's going to go back to the other guys, but the accident was successful. There's nothing more for you to see. The next morning, our hero wakes up and decides to bury the body in his suitcase. What else could he do? If he called the police, he is sure to be suspected. He chooses the path of ignorance, and soon enough everything fades away as if he's been a bad dream. You are adrift, searching for a door free of this place. 1,000-year voyage of no further insight. The current of the flow. The thousands of people are born, thousands of people die. They're truly out there? Do they matter? Are they in the script? Have the cruelties finished? Is it okay to feel good? It is a little funny. In spite of everything I know, everything I've seen and done. There's a part of me that still thinks, sure. No, not a part. I know in my bones. If I could have done it. I could have stopped you back then. It's the cat! You open your eyes. It's the kitchen. A black cat is nuzzling your feet. You pick it up. There's a little gold name tag hanging from his neck. It says sorry. You set the cat down. Step into the hallway. You spot the front door. This then is the way out. You place your hand on the doorknob. And so starts and this is why we leave the door open and why it gives us an uneasy feeling. Step out into the street. A cold breeze passes through your hair. You realize she's already here. Just there in the corner of your eyes. You have nothing to say to her, nor does she to you, for that matter. Take one last look at the open front door. And finally gaze up to the silent sky. The end. That was such a good mod. That was so interesting. And it closed the game. Wow, that was amazing. What a mod. That was amazing. I didn't even know what to say about that. That was... Wow. That was a good mod. That was like completely different from anything we've seen done before. It's both creepy and... It's both creepy. Also a bit scary. But also very interesting. I was short as well. But I don't think it could have been any longer. I think any longer and it would have been problematic. Also, my mouth stopped working. Also, for some reason, my mouth stopped moving. I don't know why it's done that. Yeah, that was a... Sorry, let me just close and reopen it real quick. Like, what a mod. Like, of all things, I wasn't expecting that. But then I don't think any longer, and I don't think it would have worked. I think as it was, that was really good. There you go. That was a really good mod. I think any more, and yeah. That was nice. That was really nice bite-sized mod. So in the world, there was two people. Our character... So the reason why we saw everything through that box perspective wasn't because of the game. It's because we weren't playing the character. We were watching through the eyes of the main character. And while there was no such thing as magic, while we fast traveled in the game, that was only through the perspective of our character. No, we closed our eyes, which then let the protagonist and Monica do stuff for ages, and then when they came back in there, they opened their eyes, was only then as we saw it. So things actually did happen in between, we just didn't see it. And because we couldn't see... That is interesting. Wow. What a mod. So we don't really know what happens to Ori. And who that Miyu character was. We don't know who she was either. And artificial alchemy was another thing. Wow. That was a really good mod. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. So yeah, that's everything for today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider following and subscribing, as that'd be greatly appreciated if you did enjoy. And if you have done so, thank you very much. Thank you to XY in chat again today. Always good to have someone in chat. Yeah, I think we're going to end it here. I think this was quite a good mod. So have a good night, even afternoon, whatever it is for you. Hey, goodbye. My voice is gone. Why is my voice gone? Oh, YouTube.